Hi and welcome. My name is Ishaq. In today's video, our topic is indexing and slicing string objects. The purpose of indexing and slicing is to get a substring of an existing string. And this indexing and slicing is not only limited to string objects but can also be used with lists and tuples, etc. But the purpose will be the same, to get a sub part of the object. So please note that we are only indexing and slicing string objects. So first we will begin learning indexing because it's simple, then we go on to learn slicing. First create a string object, let's say my str, and assign it the value ishaq and khan. In next line we will index our my str. Remember that in indexing or slicing, a new object is created. An existing object is left unmodified, even if that object is mutable object. Now what we do in indexing is that we get a member of an object, and that object must be an iterable. But dictionary is an iterable but cannot be indexed. Iterables objects are those objects from which you can copy or get its members. So in case of string, we can copy or get its characters. So every character in my str has its own index number, and indexing starts with 0. So the I character is at index 0, S character is at index 1, and so on. This is called forward indexing. In backward indexing, the indexing starts from the right side, and the last character has an index number -1. Second last character, which is A, has the index number -2, and so on. So to access a character of my str, we will first call my str, then square brackets, then inside these brackets we will add an integer which will represent the index number of a character. So let's say at 0, what character is at 0, which is the first character. So obviously we will get the I. So let's run our code, and we got the expected output. Now what is happening in line 4 is that a new object is created. New string object of length 1 is created, whose content is I. So now we are doing backward indexing. I want to get the last character. So for this I will use -1. Run code, and we get n. So this was how indexing works. Very easy and straightforward. Now let's take a look at slicing. In slicing, we are able to get a part or different parts of a string joined together in a new string, which is not then only limited to getting only a single member. In slicing, we provide three different parameters. First is called start, second is called stop, and third is called step. And all these parameters have their default values if not specified. And we use colon to separate our parameters. So let's slice our string mystr, and I want the first ish part of my str. So I will say the start point is 0 and end point is 2. So I will get ish. So let's run our code. But we got an unexpected result because h was not included. The reason for it is that start point is included but the stop point is excluded. So the h was at point 2, so h was not included, and this is a fact in slicing. Now we didn't specify the step value. And what is stepping? Stepping is that which next character will be included in the range of start point and stop point, and it defaults to 1. So every next character will be included, and if we change it to 2, So every second next character will be included. For example, I want a new version of my str in which every second next character will be included. So I will say the start point 0 and stop point 10. N is at index number 9. But as I said, stop point is excluded, so I will add 1 to that 9, so it will become 10. And we can also use here backward indexing. I will say -1. And stepping value, we will change from 1 to 2. So let's run our code and we get the expected result. But stepping starts when the first character gets included. So when our slicing started, the first character I was included, then second next character H was included, and it continued until it included the character A. Then there was no second next character, so slicing was finished. In our previous slicing example, we ignored the stepping parameter, but this time we can ignore the start and stop parameters, because when the start parameter is not specified, it defaults to 0, and when the stopping parameter is not specified, it defers to the length of the string. So let's run our code and we will get the same result. Now we have a built-in slice function which can also be used for slicing. So the same can be achieved in the following way. Let's say my slice is equal to, then call the slice function and provide its start parameter to be known, and the stop parameter will also be known, and the step parameter will be 2. Remember that slice function returns a slice object, so we will pass this object in these square brackets. Now let's run our code and we will see the same result. This method can be useful if you are slicing more than one object with same parameters, because it will speed up the program execution. So this was how you can index and slice string objects. Now remember that if you are indexing and slicing other objects, for example lists, tuples, the same procedure applies. Now I hope you must have learned something in this video. Well, I suggest that you should practice and do some exercises, because practicing is very important if you are learning. As noticed by many great people, for example, one of the Chinese greatest philosophers said that if you tell me, I will listen. If you show me, I will see. If you let me experience, I will learn. Well, that was our end of video. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye bye.